Welcome to Bee's Travelogue, episode 34. In preparation for my mom's and daughter's visit, I was walking through Namak and taking pictures of my commute, both in the daytime and at night. They were arriving on my mom's 79th birthday, a Friday, and I had to work, so we were meeting after work to celebrate with cake. On Saturday, we went to Mokpo and started with the cable car. The weather was a little bit hazy early in the morning, but then it got really clear and really beautiful. Once we got to Gohado Island, my daughter was really excited to try one of these hot dogs on a stick. The water was a spectacular greenish blue color. We took the steep steps down to the walkway near the water along the coastline. Of course, we met my old friend Sun Shin and headed towards the Mokpo Bridge. After obligatory pictures with the dragon, we headed back to the elevator to take the cable car back to Mokpo. At this point, the colors of the water and the sky were absolutely amazing, and we had a wonderful time walking along the walkway, taking pictures and looking at the cable cars. We took the elevator up to the ridge, walked back to the station, and then took the cable car back to Yudalsan. Even through the glass of the cable car with some reflection, we still had beautiful views and could see the haze on the water among the islands in the distance. The Mokpo cable car tower is one of the tallest in the world, and we could look straight down at the coastline and see some of the construction that was taking place. It was very interesting to see everything from up here. The stop at Yudalsan is optional, but we got out and had a beautiful view of the city and of the bay. I was zooming in on certain parts of the city that I had already seen or was still planning to see, and always found something new that I wanted to explore. After a while, we got back on the cable car and then walked to find a restaurant where we had ramen for lunch. We then took a bus from the harbor area to the place where the movie 1987 had been filmed, the stand-in for the Seoul location. This time I went inside and took some pictures, and I've also since then watched the movie, which was very moving. We then climbed the very steep stairs. Even my mom made it all the way to the top, so it can't be that bad if a 79-year-old can make it. But I have to say, she is in very good shape. Some additional photos of this area can be found in Bee's Travelogue, episode 13, Exploring Mokpo. The bright sunlight really made the colors pop, so the photos came out very colorful, and I really have to say Mokpo is a very pretty city. We went down some of the very narrow alleys and kept walking toward the school building where I had been before. We met these two cute dogs and then stopped for a snack in a cafe. We each picked our favorite dessert. We had plans to go see a fireworks show in Hadang in the evening, so we waited to catch a bus, which was really tiny and really cramped, so that was a little bit dangerous, but we made it safely to Hadang. This was April 27th, so you would think that in a southern South Korean town like Mokpo, the weather would be fairly warm by now, but it was actually only 50 degrees and we were all very cold. First, there was the fountain and some singing, and then some laser lights, and then finally the drone show started. The drones appeared, then there were some fireworks, and it was very cool, but then all of a sudden everything stopped. There was some sort of malfunction, and we waited and waited, and it was getting really cold. We were also very hungry after our earlier ramen lunch, so we headed to the Nepali restaurant where I had been with my friend Casey earlier in the year. And then we took the bus home to Namak. The next morning, we took the bus to Yeosu. If you're watching Bee's travelogue on a regular basis, you've just been to Yeosu with me in episodes 32 and 33. However, here we are again on Sun Shin's Turtleboat. From there, we walked up the steps to the Old Town gate and city wall, and then across this bridge. After admiring the artwork, we kept going from this direction and finally came across a monument I had been looking for before but didn't find. This was the place where a monument was erected to commemorate Sun Shin 5 years after he died. We enjoyed the views and then headed into Angel Mural Village to once again look for all the paintings I had seen previously and see if there were new angles we could take. This time with my mom and daughter there, they helped me reenact the tug of war and get the picture that I had hoped to take. Here my mom is wearing the broad-rimmed Ajuma hat that I had given her for her birthday and that I had bought the last time I was here in Yeosu. We went to the square and took the picture of this little boy fishing in the stars, saw the tower and the beautiful view, and then kept going down the stairs. Our goal was to get to the Little Red Lighthouse and to Odangdo Island. I retook some of the pictures I had taken before. I saw some new ones, and I found better angles for the cats, for example. The steps were actually kind of difficult for my mom, not going up so much, but going down. The further we went, the steeper they got, and near the end, when she was also getting kind of tired, it was getting more difficult for her and kind of scary because she was afraid of falling. You can see here how steep it is going down and also looking up. The haze was disappearing and it was getting clearer now, so we had a beautiful view to the bridge and then also of the lighthouse. From the lighthouse, we walked to the windmill, then underneath the bridge, and made our way on foot to Odangdo Island. The bridge to Odangdo is pretty long and hot, and then there are more stairs to get up on the island, which is shaded by trees. Then there are more steps leading down to all the overlooks, so my mom often chose to stay on top while my daughter and I went down to enjoy the view. When we had first arrived in Yeosu and wanted to buy our return tickets to Namak, we found that all the later tickets were sold out. The only tickets left were for 4 p.m., so our entire day in Yeosu felt very rushed. Still, we had some strawberry mochi ice cream and walked through the downtown area, which was a little bit more crowded than on my previous visit. We stopped at the fish market and then took the bus back to the bus depot and headed back to Namak. We went to a chimek place for chicken and beer, but I was getting sick for some reason and had to leave the restaurant in a hurry. Fortunately, they enjoyed the food, and the next day I was feeling better. Please join us for the next episode in Namak in Mokpo. Thanks for watching.